So, episode 5 of Umineko no Nako Koro ni. Bet y'all thought I wasn't coming back, huh? Well, I am. Here I go.
Hello.
Oh my god. It's Caelum.
Yeah?
Hey, I just started recording myself a bit ago. Have you started recording yet?
Yes, I've already started recording myself.
Alright, awesome. I didn't make much progress in doing anything except, I think, literally saying the name of the game I played, but I should probably start off with, hi there, I'm Matthew Winter. I was conspicuously absent during episode 5, which is episode 7 of Golden Truths, an Umineko podcast, a podcast about Umineko. So...
Yeah?
So now I'm back, and I'm better than ever, and I'm desperately trying to find the Discord link that our great leader gave out.
What are you looking for?
The Google Drive, so I can see what the show notes were, so that I can speedrun those.
Topic worksheet?
That's probably it.
Yeah, here. I'm gonna leak it on the main chat. Oh wait, that's the one where we told all our topics. Where's the one that's for when we actually did it?
This is good to have, regardless.
Yeah, it's just less organized. I'll find it.
Ibuprofen. Man, this looks like it would have been a pretty good...
It was a very good episode. You should listen to it when you get the chance. There we go. Here's the real one.
I'm sorry that I've been holding you all back all along. All right.
It was a fucked up episode. We were missing a hole in our... There weren't enough cis people for this episode.
Why is there 25, 27, 36, 38, 44 pages of notes here? Oh.
There were a lot of red truths.
Yeah, there was an onslaught. All right, let's see. Sorry. Hello, my name is Jennifer Booher, host and Witch of Communication. And with me today I have Annabelle Barsky. Hello, it's me, Annabelle Barsky. Always happy to be here. Nazi's still great. Sorry about the murder, but, you know, pretty great. And I'm Caelum O'Leary Coder, and, I think dogs should vote and the English are evil. I'm Isabel Vallant, and I'm here, and I'm cool.
I like the part where you really struggled to get my name. You didn't introduce yourself, sorry.
Well, I'm not on the sheet here, so...
Oh yeah, you're not in this episode, right?
Yeah, I am Matthew Winter, and I wasn't here, but I'm here now, and this... when I said this is going to be messy, I meant it. This is going to be, optimistically, about 30 minutes. It won't be, but, yeah.
You sound like you're on your phone.
You can hear me on my phone, but I'm recording on my computer. My computer, the headphone jack is not working, so you hear me there.
Oh my god, okay. That makes sense.
Oh, that's been a problem for like 5 years. I just have to reboot it, but that's too long, and I don't have that much time to work with. So, we're going to be doing a speedrun here, so as the first thing to do right before the throw to the summary, big thanks to When We Cry Podcast for the gender episode, which was really great. Highly recommend giving that a listen, because I don't know if episode 5 of this podcast was good, but episode 1 of our crossover with them was incredible. That is an excellent episode. Those are some cool people, and I'm really glad that they invited us to join them in shenanigans. They also made me a really cool witch sona, so that's cool. I'm a cool guy, see?
Yeah.
So, episode 5, End of the Golden Witch, released originally August 15, 2009 at Comiket 76, and officially released worldwide November 17th, 2017 as part of the Answer Arcs. Let's see, begins at the ending. Valor, new, Beatrice-less, 5th game. Did Kev say something? Oh. Kevs and Anna are both...
Yeah, Kevs and Anna are not going to make it. Unless Izzy shows up, it's just going to be me and you.
Yeah, a secret special bonus person could show up, but we'll see.
Yeah.
They could be too high. The height of the Golden Witch.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't said anything in a couple hours, so I don't think they're going to make it.
Chronic of the Golden Witch. Alright, full replay of the game's events and backstory. Erica Ferrudo, 19 years ago.
Yeah, I like her. Hey, Matt, you should talk about Erica. What's your opinion of her?
I feel really bad for her.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because it feeds into the overarching thing of generational trauma and everything, and, Byrne explicitly calls her daughter at one point. I just feel so bad for who she is forced to be to try to get any recognition from her parent, Byrne. Because that's everything she does is not for her own pleasure. Her pleasure is gained through the recognition that she gets through Byrne. And I feel so bad for her. She's pitiable more than anything else.
That's a take. Good for you.
She's also absolutely one of those weirdos who posts on 4chan and then moved on to 8chan.
Oh, she absolutely goes on Reddit. Mm-hmm. But she goes on our atheism.
Oh man.
She's that person who makes fake screen caps of Tumblr posts and then posts them to Tumblr in Action and gets a lot of karma from it.
Oh, she's absolutely on Tumblr in Action.
Yeah, you can look at her outline that I talked about Erica at every possible opportunity I could.
Yep. All right, let's see. Pre-game, setup, talk about Erica. Also, the Izzy was right section. Sure. God, without having Izzy here to just explode, it's so hard to tell. So the new LP slaps. It's fine. It's not that it doesn't...
It's fine?
It's not that it doesn't slap or anything. It's just... I can't judge a song based on hearing it once, so...
I've listened to it a lot more than once because it's on Spotify, so I just added it to my Spotify shuffle.
Album of the Golden Witch. Okay. Apparently that's just going to be my one joke this time, but hey, you keep laughing, so... Lambda and Byrne making out over the game board. Yep, checks out.
Oh my god, they are so disgusting. They are every relationship dynamic at once.
Yeah, and they're all just the worst. It just absolutely despicable. Good for them, bad for everyone else.
If Lambda Delta and Byrne Castell were my first exposure to gay people, I'd be homophobic. Sorry for taking over your episode.
No, you're fine. I just feel like there's probably a movie in the late 80s that specifically that is so homophobic that it has the only two gay people in it like this, but I can't think of it. And it probably is a lot of movies from the late 80s, early 90s.
That's a lot of movies from the late 80s. This is a Deadly Premonition bit.
Oh. Alright, so yeah, everything we see mostly is a replay. And then, once again, they shove another third of the game into the tea parties. Sweet Jesus, they are getting bigger and bigger fans of that. Natsu comes up with Kenzo cover story to cover for her shitty hubby. Yeah, sure. All the, everyone except Goda isn't on it. Living in wealth they don't own. Resurrect Kenzo. Nature and magic. Man from 19 years ago. Man, if only somebody was like, hey, maybe Mattler. I mean, I was close. I did say he was Nazi.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I said he was Natsuhi and Rudolph's child. I was 3/4 right somehow.
I think you're okay, so I don't think that's correct in any respect, right? Because the man from 19 years ago is Kenzo's child, not Rudolph's.
It's not Kenzo's child. It's a baby.
Oh, okay, I think I'm reading into Kenzo giving it to her as this is her as kid.
No, it's Rudolph's child that he had. It has to be because Mattler is Rudolph's son, but Asumu's not his mom.
Right, okay.
But technically, she adopted that baby for 3 whole days. So
yeah, and then pushed someone off a cliff to kill it.
Yeah, I mean, spike the kid, I guess. Not efficient. You don't have to killing killing a baby, whatever, that's personal. Killing your employee, that's really something else.
I'm truly obsessed with how through this entire episode, Natsu reflects a lot on the fact that she killed that child, but never even gives a thought to the fact she also killed a person.
Oh yeah, that's really something else.
It's incredible.
So the Izzy is right section, I'm going to have to argue with because they're probably not Kinzo's children. They are probably Rudolph's children.
Rudolph really fucked around, huh? Okay, yeah, I was about to, like, was Rudolph old enough, but then he had Battler 18 years ago, at least. Possibly 19 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he was old enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't know anyone's ages, and that's probably deliberate.
Yeah. I love the Man from 19 Years Ago stuff. It is so juicy. It is like the most soap opera shit ever. I was living for it the entire time.
Yeah, and in theory, those facts are still true. This Battler that we see is still Rudolph's son, who was thrown off a cliff like fucking Kazuya, and climbed his way back up and grew up in the wilds of the island, I guess. I don't know.
I don't think he climbed himself up if he was an infant, but...
Well, go play Tekken.
Yeah, you're right. I haven't played Tekken, which is fucked up because Noctis is in Tekken.
That is fucked up. You're right. So Erica shows up. She sucks. She doesn't exist, but nobody in this story exists technically. This is not the real world, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the argument that I made is that, like, Erica, like, has even less pretense to be there than everyone else, essentially. Like, she truly, fundamentally only exists in this game board to serve Baron Castell and to be the detective, while everyone else kind of, like, has, like, layer motivations, right? Like, they have their, like, peace motivations and then, like, meta world motivations, and that those usually, like, coincide with each other, and Erica just doesn't have that.
Yeah, and to steal a phrase, to imply a phrase that she likes to use, in the way that Ian Malcolm says it, it's a penetrative, invasive, upsetting presence that she has in the story because she's not engaging with it or rolling with it in any way. She is notes written on pages of a book more than she is a character in the book.
She's like the CinemaSins character.
Oh my god.
She's going through the entire story and clicking ding at every inconsistency.
Mm-hmm.
I love that for her.
Mm-hmm. It's very interesting what we learned about the pieces, which is they can never act counter to how they themselves would act in reality.
Yeah, that's like whack when you think about past episodes in that context.
Mm-hmm. Rosa actually would fight goat monsters to save her child, sure. All right.
Except she would prioritize the gold over her child, but yeah.
Oh, Rosa.
I'm glad Rosa died very early this episode, so we don't have to deal with her.
Yeah, and George, it was so nice.
And George, it was. I think this is my favorite first Twilight because it knocked out like every character I don't like. With the downside, it also knocked out Maria
and Jessica.
Yeah, and Jessica, but it took out George and Rosa, so it was a good episode.
Yeah, any episode where George dies early is so good. Oh man.
Yeah.
This was probably my favorite episode in a while. Like, the game has not let itself end on a high note in a very long time. And it's just nice to have it go out on Battler has gained the power of our podcast title. He opened his mouth and he said, Kinzo, Penis Ridiculous, a Umineko podcast, a podcast about Umineko. Let's see. Little Gray Cells, I guess, is some Poirot quote. I don't care. Kebs went over all that bullshit.
Fucking Poirot-ass bitch, as it says in the notes.
Mm-hmm. All right. Pieces and player relations. We already talked about that because that's cool. Her as the detective and her not trying to play the role of detective, but more along the lines of just trying to get the information the detective is owed. TV tropes the character. That's pretty good. Well done, Caelum.
Thank you. You understand what I meant when I heard TV tropes.
Mm-hmm. You can be loud. This is a very impolite episode full of rudeness. Entering into the witch's golden realm. My wife. Say hi, wife.
Hi, wife.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Hello, wife.
Caelum's here. You want to say hi?
Hi, Caelum.
I guess not.
She said hi, Caelum, but she was pulling a blanket She was pulling a blanket over the entire microphone at the time. So
cold.
She says she's cold. All right. Cold of the golden. All right. Anyway. So let's see. Blanor and Nox. Nox's stuff is really cool because it gives us kind of a springboard. Like, the game assumes familiarity with mystery books, but if you don't actually know Nox's Decalogue, then you don't have the real springboard you need. You need to have the knowledge of, here are the rules that mystery games are supposed to follow, and here's how Umineko is playing with those rules.
Yeah, it rocks.
Yeah.
Umineko is so good.
It's really good. It feels like after this episode, we finally have everything. We had everything we need after episode 4, but after this episode, it really feels like you could figure it out, which is nice. But yeah, the detective's a true mystery perspective, no empathy, no love in anything they do. Battler's anti-fantasy, of course, being from a place of compassion, even if it's naive. Natsu is conversed by...
That's a man from 19 years ago.
Oh, okay, I thought that was like ASL.
It looks like a license plate. Yeah.
Why didn't Jen do that? 19 male Rokenjima. I'd hide in a specific closet at a specific time. Hideyoshi enters the room, gets pegged to death. That's just how it goes. Look, hon, he's face down on a bed. Don't shake your head at me. This fragment's a bit more loose than other ones, so just get used to nonsense.
Oh, getting loose and something Hideyoshi gets pegged to death.
Yep. Loosen up that Hideyoshi and pegged him. Oh shit, you guys got
great.
emails? Oh Christ.
Yeah, we got emails!
I missed emails. This sucks.
Yeah, we didn't read the emails out when we recorded it. And I guess the ones that Jen didn't post in here were spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, something I think is like super interesting about, I mean, oh god, I'm just retreading shit I said in episode 5 recording, but you weren't there, so I get to do that. That Erica like very intentionally like structures her investigation to come to the very specific conclusion that she does, right?
Yeah, like a cop.
Because if she did actually investigate that bed, then she couldn't come to the conclusion she did about Kinzo and Natsuhibi fucking.
She fucked that old man. Or did she?
Or did she?
No, she just murdered a baby. And a person.
Yeah, and a person, which she conveniently leaves out.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. So once the detective calls time, everything is superseded, and the game falls apart instantly. And it is just shown as pieces from then on, and it's pretty interesting. Oh, geez. I went past the page, so I lost my point. Red Truths, Delaners, having Deliner with them. That's fun. Beatrice loses her reason to exist because Battler continues to be an ignorant idiot who forgets about the great promise he made Shannon that everyone forgot about.
You're the only person who remembers that.
I am, and it's still important, and it's still real. Yeah, I'm going to keep... If Izzy's going to keep talking about Kinzo sexing the entire nation of Japan, I'm going to keep talking about this. Let's see. Battler.
Yeah, I got like... So, when I was reading episode 5, and I got to... some point in there, I was like, oh my god, because I couldn't stop thinking about Izzy's fucking, like, theory that Kinzo, like, produced every child at the orphanage.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh god, don't validate that one, Ryukishi. Not that one.
Well, it's...
anything but that.
It still sucks, but it sucks slightly less? I don't know. The real question is what happened to the other Battler, but, you know, I don't know. Let's see. Battler Identity Crisis, whatever. What games are real? None of them. What are we supposed to solve? Well, who done it? And let's talk about...
I think at least one game was real.
If you ask me which one was real, that would be difficult, because they are all supposed to be possibly real.
Yeah, I think the idea... like, my thought is that one of them is real, and we don't know what it is until, like, the storm clears, right?
Yeah, it's a cat box. It's probably...
It's literally a cat box, yeah.
The game has at least been going with the thought of Angie's... Angie's... It's good old Ange. Angie's world is, in theory, the one of after that, because it includes the known fact that bottle includes the story of episode 1 of Umineko. And that was brought up again in this one as a truth, that there is that bottle. Well, it's not a red truth, but it is brought up again as there is a bottle that includes all the information about what the hell happened. At least in that one. So I think Angie's is, if we were going to choose and point to one as the real one, that would be the one I'd choose. Is that what you guys agreed on?
Probably the end of... That would be episode 3, because it's the only one where Ava survives. Mm-hmm. That's happened yet. I don't know, maybe there's off-screen games.
Is that what you guys came to a conclusion as well?
No, we didn't talk about that at all.
Oh. All right, great job, everyone. What are we supposed to solve? The thing we actually need to solve is what is the promise Battler made, and who did he make it to, and why did he make it? That's the whodunit that actually matters.
Well, that'd be the whydunit, but yeah, the whodunit is Beatrice did it.
Mm-hmm. She fucked that old man.
Oh, God.
Alright, let's see. I have... Oh, are these the emails? No, what is this?
Yeah, the quoted one is the one email that wasn't a spoiler.
Okay, so this is Victoria.
Yeah.
Alright, different read for the ending of Angie in 1998. Another shot of the screen went to black. Killed Angie to help Okanagi get the money. Just rang another shot into the air because he finished the job. Angie was completely unharmed. But there's a problem. I don't mean to push back against Victoria, but the problem is the end credits for episode 4 say Angie died on Rokonjima in 1998.
Oh yeah, you're right, they do.
That doesn't mean that she necessarily died at that moment from that shot. It could have been she came back later and died then. But that is still... I suppose we'd consider that a truth, that the end credits of the game say she died on 1998.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say the credits are true, because, like, episode 1's credits would say that characters got entered into the Golden Land, right? And that isn't what literally happens. Unless you believe in magic, in which case it is what literally happens.
Well, no, magic didn't happen, but there was no one left to argue that truth, I suppose would be the way to put it. Because the game makes a lot of big points about what truth is and what truth is not. Man, this is a chunky episode. I really, really, really liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. It's nice to see Battler figure things out, even if I haven't, but...
I thought it was funny that you had to miss our episode 5 when Battler is not present for most of the actual game.
Yeah, how funny would it have been if I came in at the last, 10 minutes of the episode.
I was kind of pulling out that you would do it, but...
Yeah.
We can figure something out.
Well, yeah, I mean, this isn't going to go on much longer. I know this hasn't been super duper long to begin with, but without our Witch of Communication to guide us, it's me, the endless talking witch, I guess, who doesn't know when to shut up, who will just keep going. The Witch of Vamping for Time. Let's see. Little Gray Cells is a fun little joke. Thanks, Jen. All right, I'm going through the... Jesus Christ, everyone had a lot to say about this one, huh? I'm going through the...
It was a good episode!
I know, it's a good one. I'm going through the topic worksheet now to see if there's any other points that I want to hit here. And then I'll go through my comments that I put in my Race to the Future thread to see if there's anything I wanted to note.
Yeah, I guess, so I'm really fascinated by the Man from 19 Years Ago arc. A facet that we mentioned because Jen and I are playing the voice-acted version. The Man from 19 Years Ago is voiced, and he's voiced by Battler's voice actor.
Is it extremely obvious?
It is not extremely obvious. I spent about 2 hours and I came to the wrong conclusion when I tried to figure out who it was.
It was George.
Yeah, I thought it was George's voice actor.
He fucked that old man.
Good for him.
Umineko episode
Don't do
5.
That. That's incest.
Who fucked that old man? Okay, let's see. Let's go to my channel here in our Discord. I don't think we really hide that.
Right under games Angie could have played, which we haven't updated in about 6 months.
Well, guess what? New games haven't come out in 1998 since then, so...
I do think she played Metal Gear Solid.
I definitely... yeah, Metal Gear Solid was just on the cusp. She would have played that right before Rokujima, so she stayed home sick to play Metal Gear.
Good for her.
Yeah. Oh, she definitely plays Resident Evil too. Let's see. That's the introduction of the Golden Truths, which again, so I will come clean here. I did know that there was yellow text of some sort in this game because of the giant bomb videos, where
what a way to get spoiled on that.
it is literally the only actual spoiler I've hit in all of Umineko is because of Mattler arguing with Byrne about Terminator 2 being a better movie than Terminator 1. Also, Byrne is totally right. Terminator 1's a better movie.
I think I agree too.
Yeah, it's not that Terminator 2 is a bad movie, it's just Terminator 1 is a better movie.
Terminator 2 has a major character that has my dead name in it as their name, so it's a worse movie.
I'm sorry, your name is T-1000.
Yeah, little known fact about me.
Mm-hmm. Alright, big fan of it coming out that Krauss actually was putting up his father's stuff as collateral, and he literally sold their house as a good faith thing to no one. Good for him.
Krauss is the stupidest motherfucker. I'm truly obsessed. This was a great episode for Krauss moments.
Yeah, this was an incredible episode. I wish Jessica got a single second in this episode, because I don't know if she even talked.
I don't remember her doing anything this episode.
The good news was, I also don't think that George talked.
George did not talk, and Maria also did not talk.
I think Maria had one line. Up Disneyland with Maria. Very good.
I'm like reading this channel with you, and you just posted like just a day where nobody replied to you, where you posted Krauss dick don't work.
It's true. But it can't be true. Krauss, I
think Krauss has like premature ejaculation. Like he just like busts it out before he put it in.
Yeah, push and rope. That's Krauss. Anyway, his dick do work because it is a red truth from Mattler that Nazi is faithful and pure. Pure, weird red truth to give, but there you go.
Well, faithful could mean that she's religious, which she demonstrably is. It couldn't necessarily mean that she's like fucked Krauss.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know.
Remember when Rosa went to a meeting with her siblings about money instead of taking her kid to Disneyland? With Marky Mouse?
Ricky Rat.
Yeah, why not? It's really interesting how Meta Beto and Game Piece Beto were separate in this, because it's like her will living on without her on autopilot in a way. It's real cool.
Yeah. I mean, like, Beto's technically there. She just totally withdrew, right?
Mm-hmm. She is withdrawn in the most literal way possible.
Yeah.
I can't believe the gold is real. I don't know where that could have come from, and if there's hints to that in the past, I
mean, the gold, like, people saw the gold in previous episodes.
They saw 2 bars of gold, I think it was 6 bars of gold total, which is still possible. Ava
Rosa saw the gold in episode 3. So I guess you have to trust that, like, that perspective is real.
Well, yeah.
I don't see any reason why it isn't.
But that could be reinterpreted as something like they saw a source of great wealth in the house that they could exploit to take control of the family away. That could mean a lot of different things.
Yeah, they saw, like, a ton of gold.
Well, no, they saw many tons of gold. I'd again like to point out, as Jen said in episode 1, that this is like a quarter of all the gold that's ever been discovered on the planet or something. This is a ridiculous amount of gold. This is unbelievable. So it existing is a big shock.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so definitely in a previous episode, it's come up that, like, Cross had a bar of the gold and it was pure as fuck, but we don't know if all the gold is that pure, right?
99.8%, yeah. But even then, if it is, like...
It could be, like, gold-plated aluminum or something.
Even then, that's
still
so
a lot.
much. Okay.
Yeah, I love that Battler and Erica just solved the epitaph off screen. It's really, really funny.
I hate it. I need to look at an atlas for Japan so I can try to figure out what word means sweet fish. This sucks. Here's my note. What if Encyclopedia Brown sucked? Which I'd like to amend and say sucked more. Like many people, I do put things in my opposite pocket with my hand, just to spite him sometimes. Because that was an answer to one of his riddles is, well, if he really put it in his pocket, then he'd put it in this one because his hand was full on this side. And I'm like, fuck off, Encyclopedia Brown. And then here's you asking.
You want to resolve all your crimes.
And then Rudolph says it's about your birth, which is extremely interesting. Because I'm trying to figure out why he would be killed for that, how he would discover that, how he would not know that, most importantly. Like, there is an agent who is directing this all to go on because a presumably couple days old baby wouldn't know any of this information unless it was told to them. So, like, was Rudolph down there and caught the baby? Who knows?
I think the baby is dead and isn't Battler. I don't know what's going on with Rudolph and the circumstances of Battler's birth or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think somehow people found out about that Natsuhi did kill a child and also a servant that nobody mentions, and decided to use it as blackmail to frame her for all the murders. I mean, that's pretty obviously what happened, right?
Yeah, but Natsuhi's talking to herself in the rose garden after the death, I believe is what happened. So that's probably how someone heard that. Because there's also one other little crumb of incredibly valuable information in this game that I don't know if any of you guys picked up on, which is that Shannon is the only one who knew that autumn was her favorite month.
Oh, you're right.
That is a red truth.
Yeah, so Shannon's in on it.
That's a red truth.
Yeah, when I thought that the voice actor for the man from 19 years ago was George, I thought it was Shannon and George double teaming for this one. And
rephrase that for me.
They teamed up.
Okay.
But that falls apart by getting the wrong voice actor for that. I mean, I guess it could still be George, but that also gives George way too much, makes him too cool, honestly.
And George...
I would respect him more if he was actually blackmailing Natsuhi over this.
Yeah, George does also die, eventually.
Yeah, he also dies, but whatever.
Yeah, rip.
Rip to him, but I'm different.
Alright, here's me talking to you about my job. So, gonna skip over that part. Todd Howard showing up. Good for him.
Oh, yeah, because I said toddler and Toddbot showed up.
Mm-hmm. Krause. Oh, there it is. Krause's dick don't work. The fucking house. If that is actually the joke, it's pronounced. Don't shake your head, honey. It's pronounced Fukuin, I think. So it's the fucking.
It is
house.
pronounced Fukuin, and it is literally. It literally means gospel.
It means gospel.
Yeah, in my version, they translate it as gospel house.
Yeah, and
it's also a location Higurashi, I think.
Mm-hmm. I also said shout-outs to Cliff Rokenjima, who has now killed 3 people.
Yeah, that's like bottom tier kill count in this, actually, I think.
It's still nice.
Yeah. Good for it.
And Angie, I guess you could count. But Cliff Rokenjima, specifically on Rokenjima. It also raises the question of, did Rosa just push Beatrice for some reason?
Yeah, I guess you have to wonder how, like, truthful Rosa's recounting of that is. I don't see why she... Well, okay, I do kind of see a reason why she would, like, play down actively killing Beatrice, but I don't know why she would do it.
Man, have all 4 of them killed someone then? Have all four of them killed someone on this island? Or at least all four of their families?
Kumasawa would probably know about the baby.
Kumasawa probably knows about a lot.
Because she and Genji were definitely working there at that time.
Let's see.
And also, Rosa's encounter with Beatrice was within a year of Natsuki and the baby.
Oh,
so...
I also wanted to point out that Rudolph says, I wish you'd tell me how my skating prowess is supposed to help me climb ladders. They don't specify what kind of skating, so this could mean a lot of things. This could be ice skating, roller skating, or Tony Hawk's Pro Skating. It's hard to tell.
Well, it's 86, so it's probably not Tony Hawk's Pro Skating.
The skateboard did exist then. Marty McFly invented it in 1985.
When was the skateboard invented?
It was 1959. It was actually 1885 when he invented it to run away from Biff Tannen's chariot or whatever. Anyway, I also wanted to point out that Canon Zero in the roulette speech, where he's disagreeing with someone's plan and arguing against it and dies for it, probably talking about Natsuki's plan about pretending Kinzo is dead, because that's when Kinzo goes in the fucking furnace. So somebody makes the call, we can't keep this up, we need to kill Kinzo to keep this going.
Man, the pachinko art's so fucking bad. I wonder if anybody has read Umineko with just that art and what their opinion of it is.
I guarantee you a lot of people have, and it's probably like, wow, this game's fucking ugly. But also I'm horny, so...
This is art I can jack off to. Oh yeah, then Izzy and I started talking about Blainer being gay. That was us referencing episode 6. I'm so sorry.
You fiends. Alright.
I'm not done with episode 6 yet, but I'm gonna be in the next 3 days or so, probably. Pretty good. You should read it.
I have 4 days to do that, so I will.
Yeah, good luck.
Honestly, I don't have much else to talk about. The rest of it is just the denouement mostly. I did want to say that Krauss wanted to... he invested in actual literal moon tourism.
It's so fucking funny.
Unbelievable. And I really...
the stupidest motherfucker. He would so be into NFTs, is the thing.
Yeah. Yep. Alright, and the last thing I wanted to note was when I was finishing up the game, Eli came up to me and tried kissing me on the cheek, and I puffed my cheeks out, and then when he tried to kiss, it made like a noise. He went, I'm trying to kiss you, but you're farting.
How fucking dare you fart?
Alright, so, Fart of the Golden Witch, episode 5.
What do you think the culprit is, Matt?
Who do I think the culprit is?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the possibility presented that it is Mattler in episode 5, or are you asking about overall?
Vague question.
But I still think it's Shannon.
Because if red truths do count across episodes, which we have no reason to believe they don't, then there is a red truth that Battler is not the culprit.
Right, Battler's not the culprit, and if red truths hold against episodes unless stated otherwise, then Genji, Kumasawa, and Nanjo are not murderers.
Yes.
I'm holding tight to that one because that one's important. Alright, that's really all I've got. This is going to be silly to edit together, but it's just because it's really a nothing episode. Just, hey, if you missed me on the last one, I'm sorry I wasn't there. But I will do my best to keep reading and catching up moving forward, as every character in the game, except for us, now knows the truth.
Yeah. You just paste my file on top of yours and release it.
Yeah, sure.
Good luck.
Figure it out.
Yeah. Don't tell John.
Thanks for showing up. I really appreciate
no
having someone to pinball off of.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so delighted to hear your opinions on episode 5.
I'm guessing that Erica's a lot more hated in the main episode.
Honestly, it was mostly me talking about how much I liked Erica, and everyone probably being slightly more disgusted with me every single time I mentioned it. I believe I said something to the amount of the greatest character in all of fiction is Beatrice, and Erica is a close second.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited.
But also the opening slaps.
Yeah, can't wait to hear it again. So, I'll see you in episode 6.
Yeah, you're gonna have to read episode 6 and hear it again.
Alright. Well, good night, Caelum.
Alright, see ya, Matt.
Wait, what is it? Sleep sweetly, my golden witch. Throw it back, Beatrice.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.